Kenilworth Road stages our last big match live of the season, and we're glad to be here because both Luton and Manchester United have a belief in attacking football that almost always results in an exciting spectacle. Hello and good afternoon. Well, it's cool and dry here, just a bit of sun around as well. Ideal for all those marathon runners, and really both Luton and Manchester United are now entering the final straight in the chase for the Canon League title, but now both have very different objectives. Luton Town back in the bottom three again this morning. Well, they really need the points to stay up. And United, the FA Cup finalists, well, they've just got to keep plugging away to try and catch the runaway leaders, Everton. With me, delighted as always to have Jimmy Greaves.
JR, how are you, pal?
Very well indeed. Now, Jimmy, United, your tip for the title, really the team of the moment after those magnificent semi-finals that they had against Liverpool. What's their feeling now about the league, do you think? I
would think that this is their last chance, really. If they don't win today, Jim, obviously it's got away from them. So they're on a slim chance anyway, but this is their last chance, obviously. But mind you, I think probably the way they're playing at the moment, they are the best team in the league.
Right. Talk about semi-finals, and a lot of people I know will still be feeling a little bit unhappy about Luton, who went out against Everton. How about Luton coming back from a sad defeat like that?
Well, I for one was disappointed, obviously, as you know. It would have been nice for a club like Luton to have reached the final. I think most people in the game really, Jim, would like to see Luton in the First Division because they play good football. They're an honest outfit, and I think a lot of people will be behind them and hope that they can win also and continue winning and stay up. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Again, it's an uphill struggle for them, pal.
We've got a special role here for this afternoon, haven't we, Jim? A special role. You're going to keep an eye on Mark Hughes.
Yes, we have indeed,
the Manchester United striker, who's having such a fantastic season.
Yeah, we're going to keep our beady eye on him. We're going to tell you how many passes he makes on and off, how many shots he has, whether he spits, what hand he scratches his backside with, and all sorts of things. So we'll be able to let you know at the end of the game how he's fared.
And we'll have a progress report at half-time, and in the meantime we go over to our commentary team. That's Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Thank you, Jim. Our first duty, as ever, is to bring you up to date with the teams. Let's check, first of all, on the Manchester United side with Gary Bailey in goal, and the back four gives us another chance to measure the growing stature of Paul McGrath and 20-year-old Graham Hogg at the centre of the defence, who really was so effective against Liverpool in those titanic semi-finals. A change for United in midfield. Gordon Strachan is out of the side with rib injury. Jesper Olsen will now move to the right-hand side. Arnold Muren comes in on the left, and really that's another reminder of United's frightening reserve strength. Up front, Mark Hughes, as we've said. In fact, Mark passed a test on a hamstring injury this morning in a local park. He plays alongside Frank Stapleton. Luton Town, they're at full strength with Les Seeley in goal. Their back four, without any doubt, has benefited by the arrival of Steve Foster from Aston Villa. And the midfield too has been pepped up by the arrival of another newcomer, Peter Nicholas, formerly of Crystal Palace and Arsenal. And their attack too has been strengthened today by the return of Mick Harford after injury. Watch out too for the exciting talent of Emeka Nwajobi from Nigeria. Our referee here today is Tom Buren of Yattendon in Berkshire. As we talk about Mick Harford, there he is, number 9. In fact, he scored 6 in the last 6 games he's played, and really that's the vital form for Luton as they find themselves, as Jim said, in the bottom 3, with those wins by West Ham and Ipswich yesterday being a great inconvenience to them in their battle against relegation. There's Nwajobi. Ian St John's with me. Have you seen a good deal of this young man here?
Well, I watched him play up at Stoke City over the Easter period, and actually I was very impressed with Luton. And with the new signings that David Pleat has brought to the club, I really can't see them going into the second division, Brian. I think they're too good for it. And they have some very good players, you know, classy players. I think Ricky Hill is beginning to find the form that won him a cap. And he's looking good in midfield. Up front, of course, with Nwajobi, you've got Brian Steen, who's very quick, very sharp. And all in all, as you say, Stephen Foster there, the skipper, he's added that little bit of steel to the back. And all in all, I think, you know, they're a very useful side. And I think today's game won't be like last year when we were here, when United won 5-0 and Luton were all over the place. I think it'll be a better game today. I still think we'll get goals, but I think Luton might get the share of them as well.
Well, there's big Steve Foster with the famous headband, of course. Played against Manchester United, if you need me to remind you, in the 1983 Cup final replay. bright day here, but it's a little on the blustery side as well. What a tremendous season young Mark Hughes has had. 21 years old, 25 goals, and as he said on Wednesday night, the one that delighted him more than any other was the one that made sure of a Wembley place in its semi-final victory over Liverpool. Well, it's United in the red shirts.